Welcome to the deep dive. This week, we're taking a close look at the Portal Fuse Weekly KB Update Report. This one's from May 13th, 2025, so Patch Tuesday.
That's right.
And for all you seasoned Intune administrators listening, we know your time is valuable. We're going to cut straight to the practical impact these updates have on your environment.
Exactly. The goal here is really to pull out what's critical, give you those actionable insights, and basically save you some time digging through it all yourself.
Right. So we'll cover both the security updates and the non-security ones.
And it was a pretty busy week. We're looking at 13 KB articles in total. They address 145 CVEs overall.
Wow, 145.
Yeah, and maybe more importantly, 81 of those are rated high severity. So quite a bit to unpack.
All right, let's dive straight into those security updates then. First one on the list is KB5058405. This targets Windows 11 versions 22H2 and 23H2.
Correct. And this one's flagged as a critical security update. It addresses 35 CVEs.
35. And they're described as high-impact security vulnerabilities. So for us, that basically means immediate priority, right? Get it assessed, get it deployed.
Absolutely. And important to note, KB5058405 also bundles the servicing stack update. That's KB5058528.
Ah, the SSU. Always good to keep those in mind. They're sort of fundamental for the update process itself working reliably.
Exactly. And beyond the core security fixes, there's also a medium impact improvement mentioned for Secure Boot Advanced Targeting SBA and also for Linux EFI detection.
SBAT, right. That's about making the boot process more secure, more granular control over what's trusted.
Mm-hmm. And the improved Linux EFI detection.
Yeah.
Well, that feels increasingly relevant. So many places are managing more diverse OS environments these days.
That's a really good point. And interestingly, this update, KB5058405, it also fixes a medium impact issue, one that was blocking upgrades to Windows 11 version 24H2 if you were using WSUS.
All right, the 0x802400069 error code.
That's the one. So if you're planning that 24H2 upgrade path via WSUS, this fix is definitely welcome news.
Good to know. And any known issues with this one?
Nope, the report says none listed for this update, so that's positive.
Okay. Moving on to Windows 11 24H2 specifically then, we had KB5058401.
Right, and this one is also rating critical. It tackles 36 CVEs.
And it rolls up improvements from a previous update,
Yeah.
KB505627, and it includes its own SSU, which is KB5058523.
Got it. Now, what kind of jumped out at me here were the updates to the AI components, things like image search, content extraction, semantic analysis. They're now at version 1.7.824.0.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? It shows how security concerns are kind of bleeding into components beyond just the core OS functions.
Yeah.
AI features need patching too.
Exactly. It broadens the scope of what we need to track.
And besides those AI updates, KB5058411 also fixes a couple of medium impact issues. One was about microphones muting unexpectedly.
Oh, that sounds like a potential user frustration nightmare.
Definitely. And the other fix was for the iController application not launching correctly.
Okay. And known issues for this 24H2 update.
Again, report says no known issues listed. Seems pretty clean so far.
All right. Next, let's look at KB5061096. This is a security update, but it's specifically for Windows 11 Enterprise LTSC 2024.
And specifically for devices enrolled in the hot patch program.
Right, the hot patching. Now, the article text doesn't detail specific CVEs, but it's flagged as addressing critical security vulnerabilities within Windows PowerShell.
Ooh, PowerShell. Okay, that's significant. Given how powerful PowerShell is for administration, any critical vulnerability there, well, it needs very careful thought about potential exploit vectors.
Absolutely. A compromise there could be really serious.
For sure. The update also mentions a medium impact improvement, basically a heads up that a system restart might be needed if a PowerShell session is running when you install it.
Good operational detail for planning deployments and user comms.
Yeah. And like the others we just discussed, no known issues are listed for this hot patch update either.
Okay, let's pivot to the Windows 10 world now. We've got KB5058379. This one's critical and it applies to Windows 10 LTSC 2021, the IoT LTSC 2021, and also the mainstream 22H2 release.
Right, and this one addresses 20 CVEs and also rolls up quality updates from KB505612.
What stands out here?
Well, it's that Secure Boot Advanced Targeting theme again. This update specifically addresses a critical vulnerability in SBAT.
Another critical SBAT vuln.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it includes a high-impact improvement, for both SBAT itself and for that Linux EFI detection piece we mentioned earlier.
So Microsoft is really hammering on securing that boot process, especially, it seems, where Linux might be involved.
It certainly looks that way. It's a very consistent message across these updates. Now, this KB is a combined package. It includes both the cumulative update and the SSU, which is KB5058526.
Okay, combined LCU-SU makes things a bit simpler. Any catches?
There is one significant known issue mentioned. It specifically affects devices that have Citrix components installed.
Ah, Citrix. Okay, what's the
Right.
issue?
It seems the installation of the January 2025 security update might fail on these systems. The changes get reverted after a restart.
That sounds problematic. Is there a fix?
Yes, the good news is Citrix has apparently addressed this. You need their session recording agent version 503 or newer.
Okay, that's crucial info for anyone managing environments with Citrix. It really underscores needing that cross-vendor awareness during patch cycles, doesn't it?
It really does. You can't just look at the Microsoft side. You have to consider the whole stack. The KB also mentions specific prerequisites for certain deployment scenarios, like offline imaging or WSUS.
Right, involving KB5031539 or KB5005260, depending on what's already there. Worth double-checking those if you use those methods.
Definitely need to verify those prerequisites for a smooth rollout.
Okay, moving slightly further back in the Windows 10 timeline, we have KB5058383. This is a security update for version 1607 and also Windows Server 2016.
And guess what the focus is?
Let me guess. SBAT.
You got it. Enhancing Secure Boot Advanced Targeting for Linux systems. It addresses a high-impact vulnerability in SBD and offers a medium-impact improvement in Linux EFI detection.
Seeing a pattern here. Anything special about deploying this one?
Yes, a critical point. You must install the latest servicing stack update, which is KB5058524, before you deploy this security update, KB5058383.
Okay, so SSU first, then the KB. That dependency is key. Patching order matters.
Absolutely, and no known issues reported for this one.
All right. Then there's KB5058387. This one's for the original Windows 10 release, build 10240.
Yeah, the RTM build. This security update addresses 18 CVEs, again related to SBE and Linux EFI.
And with Windows 10 hitting end of support in October 2025, patching these really old versions, if you still have them, is, well, vital.
Extremely vital. This update tackles a critical vulnerability in Secure Boot and provides a high-impact improvement to SBE and EFI detection.
Prerequisite.
Yep, another SSU prerequisites. You need the latest one, KB5058527, installed first. And again, no known issues listed.
Okay, last one in the security update category. KB5058392. This targets a range of LTSC and server editions. Windows 10 LTSC 2019, IoT LTSC 2019, IoT Core LTSC, and Windows Server 2019.
And it's another critical security update. Now, interestingly, the article text itself doesn't list specific CVE numbers for this one.
Okay. But it does highlight a critical vulnerability in the Windows kernel.
Exactly. And the way it addresses this is by updating the vulnerable driver block list.
Ah, the block list. So preventing those bring your own vulnerable driver or BYOVD attack?
Precisely. It's a proactive step stopping known malicious or vulnerable drivers from being loaded in the first place. Reduces the attack surface.
Makes sense. Anything else in this, KB?
Yes, a couple other things. There's a high-impact improvement that fixes graphics errors some users were seeing after recent GDI updates, specifically related to those CHS GB180 3030 2022 fonts.
Okay, so a stability fix there, too.
Right. And, surprise, surprise, a medium-impact improvement that further enhances SB8 for Linux systems.
There it is again. Consistent. Does it include an SSU?
It does. It includes SSU KB5058525, but there's also an older prerequisite to be aware of.
Okay.
You need the August 10th, 2021 SSU, which is KB5055112, installed before you can apply this cumulative update.
Wow, okay. An older SSU requirement. That's important to track.
Definitely. And one more thing, it shares that same known issue with Citrix components that we talked about with KB5058379.
Right, the potential failure of the January 2025 update installation needing Citrix Session Recording Agent 2503 or newer.
Exactly the same issue, same resolution recommended. So if you're managing LTSC 2019 or Server 2019 with Citrix, that's a key heads up.
Good catch. Okay, that covers the security updates. Let's shift gears now and look at the non-security updates from this report.
Sounds good. There are a few SSUs listed separately. First is KB5058524, which we actually mentioned as a prerequisite earlier. This is for Windows 10 version 1607 and Server 2016.
Right, the servicing stack update. And these are all about keeping the update mechanism itself healthy, correct?
It's exactly. This one's noted as a high-impact improvement to the servicing stack's robustness and reliability. It supersedes an older SSU, KB5455661.
And standard SSU rules apply. Can't uninstall it, no known issues.
Correct on both counts. Non-uninstallable, no known issues listed.
Okay. Then there's KB5058527, another SSU. This one's for that very old Windows 10 version 1507.
Yeah, same idea here. A high-impact enhancement to the servicing stack aimed at making sure future updates go smoothly on those older systems. It replaces KB5055664.
And same deal. Non-uninstallable, no known issues reported.
That's right, standard SSU behavior.
All right. We also have a couple of updates labeled as Safe OS Dynamic Updates. First is KB5059442, targeting Windows 11 24H2 and Server 2025.
Right, Safe OS Dynamic Updates. These are specifically for the Windows recovery environment WinRE. They update the recovery partition, often independently of the main OS updates.
And this one, KB5059442, what's its main purpose?
It addresses a specific, high-impact issue related to code integrity during the upgrade to Windows 11 24H2. So ensuring the recovery environment is solid during that upgrade process.
Okay, important for upgrade reliability. Does it update the WinRE version?
It does. It brings WinRE up to version 10.2.2610.4054. It also includes a medium impact improvement to general WinRE function and reliability, plus a low impact bug fix for some upgrade issues.
And this one replaces an older SafeOS update, KB5057781.
Correct. And once it's applied, it can't be removed. No known issues are mentioned.
Got it. And the other SafeOS dynamic update?
That's KB5059607. This one is aimed at Windows 10 versions 21H2 and 22H2.
Okay, the one's getting closer to end of support, so enhancing WinRE for those.
Exactly. It provides a high-impact enhancement to WinRE functionality and reliability for these soon-to-be EOL versions. It updates WinRE to version 10.19041.5847.
Anything else notable?
It also includes what's described as a medium impact improvement by providing methods using PowerShell or DISM to actually verify the installed WinRE version. That's quite helpful for confirming the update applied correctly.
Oh, that is useful. Verification methods are always good. This replaces KB5055674, and again, non-removable.
Non-removable, yes. But there was a known issue noted for this one.
Okay.
It seems there can be some difficulty locating WinRagent events in the event logs after applying it. The suggested workaround is to use DISM, like the method provided, to verify the version instead of relying on the event logs.
Ah, okay. Good to know about that workaround, thanks. And finally, the last update in this batch is KB5059806.
Right. This one's labeled a critical update for Windows 11 24H2 and Server 2025. It's not primarily security, though.
Okay, so what does it do?
It focuses on enhancing the setup binaries and files that are used during feature updates, basically improving the feature update process itself. The report highlights a high-impact enhancement of setup binaries and also a medium-impact optimization of file usage during setup, so potentially making feature updates smoother or more efficient.
Interesting. Does it supersede anything? Any special considerations?
It supersedes KB505852643. Importantly, it doesn't require a restart after installation, which is nice.
It's always a bonus.
And unlike the SSUs and SafeOS updates we just talked about, this one can be uninstalled if you run into issues. The report lists no known issues with it.
Okay, uninstallable. That offers some flexibility. So that seems to cover all the KBs from the May 13th report.
Looks like it. Quite a mix.
Yeah, definitely. So just to quickly wrap up the main things we saw across all these updates.
Well, certainly a significant number of critical security updates.
Yeah.
That stands out. Patching vigilance remains absolutely key.
Agreed. And that recurring focus on enhancing Secure Boot Advanced Targeting, SBAT, especially with the Linux EFI detection piece, that seemed to run through quite a few of the updates.
It really did. Microsoft is clearly putting effort there. Also, the importance of those servicing stack updates, the SSUs, often being prerequisites for the main security patches. You can't skip those.
Absolutely. Need to keep the foundation solid. And the SafeOS dynamic updates focusing on WinRE. That seems important too, right? Especially for 24H2 upgrades and those older Win 10 versions nearing the end.
Yeah, ensuring that recovery environment is reliable and has integrity seems like a priority. And then there was that specific update, KB5059886, just aimed at making the feature update process itself better for 24H2 and Server 2025.
Right, optimizing setup. And we can't forget that known issue cropping up with Citrix components for some of the Windows 10 updates.
Definitely need to flag that one for anyone using Citrix. Requires specific attention.
So overall, quite a substantial Patch Tuesday with implications across security, boot integrity, update reliability, and even the upgrade process itself.
A lot to digest and prioritize for deployment.
Indeed. Which kind of leads to a final thought, maybe something for you, our listeners, to consider. Given the increasing complexity and just the sheer frequency of these updates, What strategies are you finding most effective in your own work? How are you staying ahead and ensuring both the security and the stability of your Intune managed environments with all this coming down the pipe?
That's a great question. Balancing speed and safety in patching is always the challenge, isn't it? Finding that right rhythm and process.